5 signs that it's time for you to quit your job. In 2020 and 2021, we saw a record number of people choose to leave their jobs. The pandemic did a lot of really interesting things to us from a psychological standpoint, and many of us just decided, that's it, I'm done. I'm going to figure out something else and I'm going to live life on my terms. So if you want to live life on your terms, but you're still a little bit scared because you do have that 9 to 5, you do have that regular paycheck, you do have a normal job, and you're just not sure if it's the right time, well, I'm about to tell you the 5 signs that are going to tell you absolutely it's the right time, and then what you should do next. That's all coming up in just a second. First, check to see if you're a subscriber here, and if not, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you learn every time that we drop a video here to help you live a lower stress life with more success. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
Look, I've been there. I know a lot of people who have been there. I've coached a lot of people who have been there. Your job is not something that feeds your soul. It's called work because it's laborious, but it doesn't mean that work needs to suck the life out of us. Many people are looking for other answers to creating a livelihood for themselves, and that could be a different job or it could be a completely different way of life. But if you're stuck in a 9 to 5 or a regular job, as some people say, with a regular paycheck, there's a lot of fear there. You know, what is going to happen? You know, how would I make it? How would I make ends meet? How would I do things? And there are protections and preparations that you can create in your life in order to give yourself a little bit of padding so that you could have a period of unemployment and not completely flip out about paying for your life, you know, providing your roof over your head and food and whatever you need. But there is a deeper level here too, you know, should I quit my job? Because money's great. I love money and money loves me. We've got money manifestation meditations here on GILD Coaching's YouTube channel. But let's just be real. If you're in a job that crushes your soul, it doesn't matter how much they're paying you to be there. You aren't able to live your life in the way that you deserve to live your life because you're miserable. So today I'm going to give you 5 signs that will tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that it is time for you to move on. Either move on to another company or move on to a totally different lifestyle. So if you're ready, get your pen. It's time to take notes. And if you don't have anything to take notes with, then just open up the comment section here, take notes there, put this in one of your thumbs up video. Did you know that your liked videos are all saved in one place on YouTube? It's true. So give us a thumbs up so that you'll be able to have this video bookmarked and you can come back and look at your notes whenever you want. Everybody wins. All right. So number 1, the number 1 sign that it's time for you to move on. And I call it the Sunday afternoon blues. It might not happen on Sunday for you though, but for the traditional Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 gig or 8 to 5 gig, if the day before you have to go to work comes along and you're filled with this sense of dread, like the reality of what you're going to have to do for the next few days hits you and you're just like, oh man, I don't know if I have it in me. I don't want to do it. And it's starting to creep into your life, the time that you get to live your life. That is a huge sign. So being overwhelmed by a sense of dread is what you would write down. Are you overwhelmed by a sense of dread? Do you not want to go and do this thing with these people in this place where you work? So biggest sign is that you're filled with a sense of dread, either the day before, you know, for the traditional Monday through Friday, like I called it, the Sunday afternoon blues, or, you know, just on your way to work, do you have that pit in your stomach like, oh, I don't like this place. I really wish I didn't have to go here. You know, I'm happy and grateful for employment, but... So that's number 1. Sign number 2, when you are doing your job, do you find yourself procrastinating a lot? Do you find yourself finding different excuses to take breaks or leaving some things toward the last minute because they're just not fulfilling to you? What happens to us when we're in a job that our skills allow us to complete, but which are not fulfilling to us at a deeper level. And we've talked about Maslow's hierarchy of needs here before. Significance is a big one. So if you don't feel that your work is significant, then that means it's not going to be fulfilling for you. And that causes procrastination. So look for that. If you find yourself procrastinating a lot and you're like, man, why don't I just go ahead and do this thing? Because it's not like I don't know how, and it's not like I can't do it. I just don't want to. That type of procrastination is a huge sign that it's time to get out of there. What about your health? Now, that sense of dread, the Sunday afternoon blues, and the procrastination, all of that, the procrastination kind of is wrapped in. It's another form of that dread. That can cause such stress in your life, in addition to the financial stress of, I don't want to be here, but I have to pay my bills, so I have to be here. It makes you feel like you're enslaved to whatever job you have, that you have no choice. That impacts your health. How are you sleeping? Is your stress level really high? Are you having appetite fluctuations? Are you able to keep your self-care routine? Has your personal life suffered? Your relationships, your communication? How is this all impacting your health? So you're going to want to look and see, remember the time when you didn't feel like this about your job. Was your health better than it is now? And if the answer is yes, that's a huge sign, because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. I don't really care what job you have, but if you're not healthy, who cares? Because you have to be healthy in order to enjoy and grow. All right. So sign number 4, this is just kind of a basic sign that I would tell anyone that I'm coaching through our career program. We do have a successful transition program, and you can look for links to all of our programs and stuff down in the description of this video. But, I will tell this to people who are going through our job transition, whether they've been fired or whether they're leaving on their own because of their own desires. If you don't have a chance to grow, to either create things to make your current position bigger and more fulfilling, or to be promoted, then it's definitely time to leave the place where you are. Back to that hierarchy of needs that we've talked about so many times here on GILD Coaching's YouTube channel, we really do have that need for significance. We also have a need for variety and for options and for choices. And when we don't have those things, it starts to feel a little soul crushing. It's almost like being an assembly line machine where you do the same thing and the same thing and the same thing over and over again. And eventually you're like, oh my gosh, I know how to do this. It's bringing in an income for me, but just over it. Just over it. We need that stimulation. Okay, so that's the 4th sign. If you can't grow and expand, either through promotion. Some people don't want a promotion, and that's fine, but they need to feel as though the position that they do hold is significant and is fulfilling and is allowing them the mental ability to grow and expand. Sign number 5, if you feel unheard, if you feel like you cannot have your voice heard, if people do not listen to you, if you're not respected as an individual, as a professional, and I don't care what your job is. If you clean toilets for a living, you're still a professional. You are in a profession and you are doing a job. And it applies all the way up to the CEO of a company. You have to be in an environment that's supportive of your voice. Now, there's a right time and a wrong time to give different opinions on different things, but if you are not in an environment where you feel as though your voice is respected, then that's definitely not a positive environment that can provide growth. That's definitely not good for your health. And it's definitely not good for your productivity. That can also lead to procrastination. And then that can lead to the first point all the way back. See, this 5th point goes whoop, stair steps all the way back to that sense of dread. So you need to be somewhere where you feel as though you're valued and that you can be heard. Those are my 5 signs that it is time to leave your job. I would say if 2 or more are present, it's time to get the heck out of there. So just, make sure that you've got a plan, save up, and if you need some help knowing how to get your resume out there, where to get your resume out to, how to use your connections and your network to make the best use of networking for you, then reach out to us, because that's part of what we do in GILD Coaching, is help you with all of that wonderful stuff. Okay, if this video has been of help to you, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe and hit that bell if you have not already, so that you find out every time that we drop a video like this to help you live a life with more success and lower stress.